What's going on, all you movie lover badasses out there? Phat Samurai Guy is here with Lady Phat Blood and Phat Ninja. That's right, he has returned, and we just got out of the theater of seeing M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's newest film, Glass. Yes, and little context set up here. We saw that we enjoyed Unbreakable. We really enjoyed and was very pleasantly surprised with Split. Please check out our review of Split. Very surprised by that. Got so excited by the ending of that. Now hell is frozen over. We're actually able to get old ass, I don't give a fuck anymore, Bruce Willis to come back, reprise his role from the Unbreakable, and Samuel L. Jackson's back as Glass. James McAvoy is back as the Horde / Beast / Kevin character from Split, and now we have the third film and now a new trilogy by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. So we were excited. We saw the trailer. You can check out our trailer reaction. We lost our shit of the possibilities that this newest film, newest edition, will bring us. We were so excited. Now, leading up to the release of this movie, of this weekend, we didn't watch any reviews or anything like that, but we noticed a lot of thumbnails and a lot of other people's videos, and there was some buzz going around that it was kind of mixed reaction. Not everybody was all in, and some people were kind of disappointed. Rick Myers, a guy that he's a Kung Fu Hall of Famer. He writes books, martial arts, action. He does it all.
The Harry Foringuilo.
Yes. Rick Myers, I really enjoy his work. I have some of his books. He does DVD commentary as well. I did not read his review, but I saw at the very bottom it said unsatisfying, and I was like, really? Like, seriously? And then the more mixed things we heard that people were disappointed, I was kind of like, you know what? I know why they're disappointed. They're disappointed because they probably are expecting Marvel superhero type of action and excitement, and they were probably expecting an action film, going in and watching it. Now, I'm not expecting that. Were you expecting that? I was still expecting a psychological type movie, but at some point, the Beast and Bruce Willis will brawl and throw down, with Mr. Glass leading the way. And that's what I was expecting. So I was just like, well, then we should be fine because we're not expecting a lot of action. You did, right? You kind of did.
I don't know if I was expecting it. I was probably.
But you wanted more.
Could be surprised, but I wanted more.
Okay.
Of certain things, not necessarily action.
So mentally, that's where we're at. All right. So now that's where we're at mentally when we go into the theater. So now we got out of the theater. We just saw the film, and I hate to break it to you guys, I'm a little disappointed, and it's not because of the lack of action. Okay, so put it this way, all right? This is not a bad movie. We don't hate this movie. We recommend, if you guys are curious about the franchise, that it's now a franchise now, go see it. Go see it for yourself. Go to a $2 theater, or if you're bored, go check it out. Be your own judge, okay? Because we've seen some fucked up movies last year, and we'll let you guys know, don't see this piece of shit. But no, this is not a bad film, all right? There are lots to like in this movie. But something was off, something did not feel right, and it was kind of bothering me. So that's it for that, because we're going to go straight into spoilers now. Okay, so fuck it. We're doing spoilers. So here we go. So, disappointment. Now, the beginning of the film, I actually was kind of smiling. The beginning of the movie, I was like, woo, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Where we have our setup, our introduction to the Bruce Willis character. And I love that scene where he follows those thugs in their house and the lights are shut off and he's just like a ghost. He's almost like the Spectre from DC. He comes in and he's just fucking them up. And I was just like, woo, all right, here we go. And James McAvoy, again, stealing every scene, okay, acting his ass off, having fun playing multiple characters.
James Beefcake McAvoy.
I know. Did he get buffer?
Professor X, what happened? Jesus.
He's juicing. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I was enjoying Mr. Tumnus. I was enjoying the beginning of the movie. McAvoy was doing his thing. He captured more girls, more prey for the Beast. And I was just like, here we go. And we get a little fight sequence. Bruce Willis's character finds the beast. They fight, which was okay. It was all right. I'm not expecting them to be flying around doing superhero stuff, but I thought the fight was as grounded in this universe as it can be, and I enjoyed it. I was like, okay, this is round one, fight, boom. So I kind of liked it. And then they get captured by the police. Bruce Willis saves the girls, but they get captured by the cops afterwards. They get put into this ward. And what was bothering me throughout the whole damn movie with this, the psycho ward, where they're evaluated by the actress from American Horror Stories TV series.
Sarah Paulson.
Yes. And she was fine in the film. She was fine. But what was bothering me the whole movie was the security. There was nobody around. There was barely anyone. They just had two people looking after all these people.
Two.
That was bothering me. But then I guess it was part of the plan.
With the
twist, Sarah Paulson, whatever the fuck her name is, plan. So, I don't know.
This is one of the problems that you encounter when you try to talk about a movie that you just got done seeing and it hasn't quite processed yet. This movie was really hard for me to wrap my head around. I had absolutely no issues dismissing some of the oddities in Split. Like, oh, people don't behave this way, yada, yada, yada. People don't talk this way. I had no problem accepting Split on its own terms. I was literally in a psychological battle with myself in this film the whole time because the dialogue is fucking awful. There is so much stilted. Somebody in the film literally says, the door is ajar. Nobody fucking says that, okay?
A car might.
Nobody fucking says that. And you get a lot of dialogue where it's just like, okay, if this were a comic book movie if this was a film trying to emulate like old-timey, cheesy comic book speak...
Like from the old serials.
And for a point, I was like, okay, maybe if I try to put my mindset, this is what he's homaging. He's homaging these cheesy old comic books, right. and therefore the dialogue is going to be stilted. But the problem with that is that this film, more so than Split and more so than Unbreakable, is trying to get the audience to accept that this is the real world. This is the real world, and these are comic books that they're talking about. So in other words, you've already got the comic book in the background and the comic book influencing these characters and vice versa, what you find out later on. But you're expected to accept that this is the real world. Well, guess what? In the real world, people don't speak the way a lot of these people are speaking. I think Sarah Paulson deserves a fucking Oscar for the bullshit she had to spout out sometimes, and she did it to her credit as well as
she's not a bad actress.
No, she did it as well as one possibly could by trying to spew out some of this dialogue. Now she wasn't most of her dialogue wasn't the worst. It tended to be the side characters that had like the worst possible. Like whenever I go to watch this movie, I have the feeling I'm going to be able to more coherently speak about what exactly my problem was, because right now it's just like flying around in my brain, because there is a lot to like in this film.
There is.
And there were some really good ideas, but again, I found myself questioning what was the point of that scene. Or scenes would happen, and it's like, okay, when you look at the big picture, the scenes, they all led to something. But when you're sitting there watching it, it felt like, okay, what was the point of that? Did we go anywhere with this? What just happened? And I think that probably lies in the not-so-great execution, maybe.
With the pacing.
Maybe.
If this movie felt like 30 minutes could have been cut, and we could have got to the point a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I feel.
And I don't even think this movie, it didn't feel that long, did it? Did it feel that? I mean, it didn't. I don't think it was that long. But.
I was too annoyed to check my watch for the time. I was just too concentrated on the movie itself, just seeing where it would go.
Which is not a good sign. You should not be you should not be mentally trying to do gymnastics to try to meet a film on its own terms and try to reconcile, okay, this is what the movie is. It's like, what's the movie? Like Bumblebee. I'll throw that out as an example. Once I finally settled into Bumblebee being in its own way an homage to children's 80s films, I was able to ease into Bumblebee a lot better and a lot easier. Like, okay, this is this is an 80s throwback, not intentionally, not in the way that because it's set in the 80s. No, this feels like this movie was made in the 80s with the beats and the humor and the story and just oh, he's so cute. And when I can wrestle with that, and I was like, okay, I get it now. I can settle back into the film. But this movie, I could never settle in to what it was really. I could not accept this film on its own terms, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
2 hours and 9 minutes. That's what the full total running time was.
Wow, really?
Wow.
It felt long to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my number one complaint is, for a movie called Glass, Mr. Glass is not really in the movie a whole lot.
Yeah.
The origin stuff that did show up with Mr. Glass's character, I liked, and I wish they had more.
Yes.
Him, a little roller coaster thingy.
Yeah, that was a good
getting
scene.
broken up. That was effective, but not enough of it.
Him being the mastermind,
Yeah.
and him like kind of evolving into this mastermind character.
And that's exactly what I wanted more of, is what was his plan, why was his plan, and what would have kind of been in his foreseeing of the future had his plan come to full fruition. I would have liked a little bit more of that thought process and not just twitching and twitching.
Yeah. I did like the scene where she has all three of them out there and she's trying to convince each one that it's all bullshit.
They needed more of that.
They needed more of that. That was a good scene. You can even see the Beast doubt himself.
Yeah.
But my question is, Bruce Willis, out of all three characters, why would Bruce Willis really doubt himself at this point? If he's been doing this for this long, why would he doubt himself?
They really tried hard.
When he knows he could bend bars, he knows he could do all this crazy shit. So why would he be thinking like, you know what?
Yeah.
With one sentence, you know what? You almost got me, but I'm gonna deny it. I'm just really good at being a bootleg detective out there. Scanning people and I was like, why would, out of all of them, why would Bruce Willis doubt himself?
That whole subplot was not only stupid because of the reason you just stated, but they even tried to make it a thing where, he
doubted himself until Mr. Glass gave him the challenge.
And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why? None of that. That whole thing was just that.
Yeah.
It just was not right.
Now, it's been years. It's been years since I've seen Unbreakable. Did he have the water kryptonite?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, that was there.
Because I remember at the end of the movie, though, when he has that fight in the house, and they fall in the pool, and he gets out of the pool, and he has this heroic slow-motion stand-up, and the two kids are there going, and that's like the first real time where the movie kind of views him as a superhero.
Yeah.
But he got out of the pool, he was fine.
But it was a challenge for him. He had to kind of overcome some psychological...
It's been years.
Psychological trauma that they didn't really reveal until this movie, the full extent of the psychological trauma, I think.
Yeah, there is good stuff here. This is not a bad movie. We'll probably buy it for real cheap on Blu-ray. We have no choice now. We have to finish the trilogy.
I think once again, like Split, it boils down to McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy really was trying hard to salvage what's there.
He was literally like
he was really the star.
He was the magnet. Anytime he was doing anything, your eyes were just on him. And then there was parts of the movie. Hold that thought. But then there was parts of the movie where I was like, his acting is wasted here.
Yeah.
I felt that. I was like,
because of the quality of the film.
Because of the quality of the movie.
Yeah.
There were scenes where I'm just like, is he auditioning? It's like, I don't know, man. It just... It meant more, and it felt like it meant more in Split.
Yeah.
In this one, it was like, did we need him to go through all the fucking characters before he died? Was that necessary? You just have him be Kevin and die. He was Kevin when he got shot, and he should have just stayed Kevin and died, but no. I gotta change into the fucking... You will kneel to the beast and look at the wind up the tea.
Here's a logical nitpick. Nitpick.
Accurate James McAvoy impression right here. Okay.
If he changes whenever the lights strobe in his face,
which I don't remember from Split.
I don't remember that from Split. Close your eyes. Plot hole.
Wow, I didn't actually think about that. I did like the scene where Samuel Jackson, Mr. Glass, slit that guy's throat.
Yeah,
that was cool. But yeah, we needed more Mr. fucking Glass.
Yeah.
And did we need him to repeat his name twice? That was horrible. You know what? The best thing about these films were that they really didn't even hint the superhero aspect in Split.
No.
We really only got that at the last part of the film when they show Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable. And then we're just like, holy shit, mind blown, blah, he's a villain, right?
It was like it was a different movie genre completely.
Right.
And then they attacked that on, and okay, now it's in superhero genre.
And then Unbreakable, it was a subtle thing.
Yeah,
you had Mr. Glass. Mr. Glass sat there with all the comic books around him. It wasn't like, comic books. Did you know about comic books and comic book
they're
stuff?
like the fucking Bible in this movie. At
It's
one point,
real, literal history.
Yeah, at one point the son, for no reason, because it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the son goes into a comic book shop, goes over to the heroes section,
Right.
doesn't find anything, goes into the villains section like it's going to be a major plot twist or plot point.
Right.
Nothing happens from that. The most you really get is when the girl is looking at the comics and she sees almost like verbatim
Yeah.
the Beast, like somebody
Right.
cataloged that and turned it into a comic book, which,
I guess-
okay, that's interesting. We got like a little Watcher thing going on, like if it's the Highlander universe. But in the end, it really, like, why this comic book worship? You know, why is it now we have this society of lucky shamrock people that go around monitoring the actions of these superheroes, and if they can't convince them that they're full of shit and crazy, they kill them. And they've been doing it for 10,000 years, as exactly she put it, not thousands of years. No, 10,000 years exactly.
I think that was Mr. M. Shyamalan Ding Dong's what a twist moment.
Yeah.
And I think he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because this is why. Is because you can't let us follow these characters and then they finally all get together in this film. And they're finally interacting with each other just to bring in some outside group that we don't know, that we're not introduced to, that we haven't been following this whole time,
Right.
to kill them off.
Yeah.
I when they all died, I looked at her. I was like, this movie better not fucking end like this, man. Like,
Yeah.
dude, are you fucking serious? You took us on this ride to bring us here to kill all three? But then it was revealed later that Mr. Glass set it all up. There was going to be no fight on the two tower building. Not two tower, you know what I mean. Whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, there wasn't going to be this big reveal that we are here. It was all set up. He knew at this point they weren't going to get past the front lawn. So let's just have it all the front lawn. And he rigged the cameras so that it's, you know, sent everywhere around the world so everybody knows. You know, I love how that superheroes exist. And, I mean, that barely salvaged the ending for me. Barely. I'm still not happy.
Yeah.
I'm still not happy. I'm still not satisfied.
Oh, by the way,
Rick Myers was right.
By the way, that wasn't the only reason he wanted the footage out there. His monologue at the end was that his first of all, he was setting up an origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His hope was that by showing this footage around the world, it would let people know that, hey, you know, some of us out there, you know, he was hoping to inspire other people to awaken their own superhero abilities, which is fine.
Yes.
And
This movie is all great ideas,
Concepts.
but horrible execution.
exactly.
Some of it works. There's some stuff in this movie I was like, yeah, I like that. That's good shit right there.
Yeah.
But when you follow a series that you didn't even know was a series, and now that you know it's a series, it's just like, this is so awesome. Unexpected. What a grand surprise. And then you leave this movie feeling empty.
A little
Like you just ate
irritated.
some Chinese food and an hour's gone by and you're hungry again. So it's like... But I do see a lot of people loving the movie. I see a lot of people going, that was awesome, we had an extra plan, it was brilliant. But I just feel like it was a waste of time to bring us here and they die. Their deaths, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything. With these characters, when they die, it's like, are we supposed to feel sorry for McAvoy's, the Beast character dying? Like, I get it. He had a horrible upbringing, and it was tragic. He went through some tragedy. And the Kevin character you kind of care about. But Bruce Willis survived a tragic event. And he decided to not be selfish and not be a dick and go out and fight crime. And he gets mudhole stomped to death in the puddle? Is that how you're ending your fucking franchise? Is that how you're ending your trilogy? Could you imagine watching Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy? And then all up at the end of the movie, Bane just mudhole stomps Christian Bale's face in the mud and then he dies. Whoa, but Batman had an extra planned ahead to stop Bane. See? Everything's better now.
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, too much comic book poke. He'll get poked in the ribs later. But yeah, it's like we should feel like, fuck, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis's character's dead. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, but at least he went out on his sword. He saved those girls. He did save the girls, but...
Yeah, at least Glass got taken out by the Beast. At least.
Yeah.
The Beast...
Yeah.
He chest smashed him because he's so...
Yeah.
I mean, the Beast could have done it whether he had a normal bones or not, but
Right.
at least he got taken out by his own creation because, spoiler alert again, you find out that they had this whole subplot where the Beast's dad, he had a really horribly abusive mother, and the
Right.
dad was going to try to do everything he could to fix the situation,
Right.
and he
To
left.
help him with his condition.
And he left, but he never came back, and they assumed that they just got abandoned. Well, come to find out, he was on the train where Bruce Willis was, where Glass set off the whole chain of events that killed everybody on the train except for Bruce Willis. So, in a sense, Mr. Glass created the Beast, and so the Beast obviously finds out about this in a really, again, stilted way of finding out.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they brought back the same actor that played his son
yeah.
in Unbreakable. That was fine. And I don't know, maybe again,
Bailey Noel Osmond.
and again, maybe because the terrible dialogue was what it was, but the big reveal was so clunky.
It was.
And it was just like, oh, well, that would have been a really good twist if it had been done well.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't. It was like,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
The revealing of him, of Mr. Glass being behind his father's death really could have been like, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Glass done fucked up.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about Ego admitting to Star-Lord that he killed his mom? He gave his mom cancer. How about that? Yeah. That's a reveal. Because you've had all this time built up with these characters and you knew how much Chris Pratt loved his mom. Yeah. And that kind of a reveal is like, and Chris, that whole scene alone in Guardians 2 was like, oh shit. You could feel that tension, but this was just like...
Yeah, like when the fight's not done, and when the son ran in between them, and he starts spouting off this fucking comic book shit.
Oh god!
I'm like, dude, just too much of that.
Maybe that's what he got.
Too
from
much
going
of
to the
that.
villain section. Maybe that's what he got.
But it doesn't make
that the villain. See, the comic books are the Bible here.
He could still have. You could.
Oh God, I'm hating this movie. The more we talk about it, God damn it! I should not be this angry and this irritated.
Because it. Okay, he could have somehow given or sent the info to the Beast better than clunkily running in between the end finale fight that we were fucking waiting for. We were waiting for round 2.
Yeah.
He runs in the middle. He might as well have said, "Hey, Beast, all right, in the Whisperer number 48, limited edition, graphic novel, not trade, sir. This happened with the main villain, killed the other villain's dad, and butted somebody boobly dabbly da. Digital Comics. He might as well have just done that. I was just like, dude, when I was like, get out the fucking way. Get out of the way. You're messing up the fight. Here we go. Get out of...
They kept, and I think Glass kept hinting that Bruce Willis's character wasn't at 100%. Like he said, you're only using 1% of your powers. You're gonna have to be like super, unbreakable to go ahead to go toe to toe with the Beast. I was kind of hoping that when Idiot Kid ran in, he was gonna get killed, and that was gonna make. Unbreakable. Yeah. I can't remember his fucking name. Bruce Willis's character, like, finally go super duper uber, and his power really
Super Saiyan. We didn't get that shit.
He never really did anything extra special.
Yeah, he set it up. Your real powers will finally be revealed. Yeah. It didn't happen. He got mud hole stopped in the puddle.
Bending some steel
in a puddle
and slamming into a van, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But he was doing that shit in the beginning in round 1.
Yeah. So
you're pushing each other and shit, man.
Yeah. Damn it.
This movie, I'm getting like you now. Yeah. This movie is starting to make me twitch like fucking Mr. Glass, okay?
Yeah.
The whole fucking movie.
Damn.
That's
a goddamn shame.
God.
That's a shame.
Fuck!
That's a shame. I wanted to like this because I truly...
It's still not a horrible movie.
But I truly love Split. And sometimes movies like The Predator come out or Hellfest come out where I go in not expecting anything and it pisses me off because of how stupid it is.
Yes.
Whereas this movie pisses me off because of all the potential that just got pissed down his leg. Yeah. And what the fuck was that awkward cameo with M. Night? Why did he have all that dialogue? You used to work at that football stadium. I was a janitor. I used to run with a bad crowd, but then positive thoughts and change my life around. Get the fuck off the screen, motherfucker.
He was probably that character in the first Unbreakable.
I don't give a fuck. Not a fuck.
It's getting worse than me right now.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but it doesn't say anything.
Who cares? Exactly. Who cares? It's like, who cares?
You know what?
I ran with a bad crowd in my youth.
Yeah, what is this dialogue?
Stop your bullshit, super old-timey English speak, M. Night. We do not talk like that anymore. Shut up.
Now.
Speak human. Stop it.
Speak human.
Now, what did you say before? What was your fear before Glass came out? What did you say? Do you remember?
What did I say?
She said something like, now that M. Night is back and he's got success again.
Shit. That's right. Right.
The stick goes up the ass.
That's right. That's true.
Or, no, he smells his own farts and loves it.
Yeah.
She said something like that.
That old pretentious M. Night really reared his fucking head.
Smaller indie M. Night.
Smaller, please love me again, M. Night is what happened with Split.
Right.
That's what happened with Split. So
some people would say The Visit, but we haven't seen The Visit. But you notice those smaller, not big budget movies don't really get a lot of attention. M. Night, those seem to do better than big, grand. Everyone's packed theater here. Everyone here came to see Glass. And he smelled his own farts and enjoyed it.
So Anya Taylor-Joy is in this movie. Not a whole lot, but kind of expected that with so many other characters going on. But she had a big, chunky, meaty role in Split. Okay,
never mind. It's just getting dark right there.
No.
All right, that's okay.
And in this movie, she doesn't have a whole lot to do. She's looking at things and not saying a whole lot, not giving a whole lot of performance.
She's wasted.
Kind of wasted,
yeah.
And she's a good actress.
Yeah, I enjoyed her in The Witch. I heard Morgan was a piece of shit, but I heard she was fantastic in that. She's an up-and-comer. I know there's another movie I'm forgetting she was in, but she was great in Split. But yeah, yeah, you can't do that movie. You can't bring in... You know what this is kind of a good example? You know what this felt like? The fucking Halloween bad sequels. In terms of, not as bad as those, but what I mean is, we're bringing in this cult. out of nowhere.
Oh, 6. Okay. Well, 4 or 5. And, okay.
Yeah,
More
we're
5
bringing
and 6.
in this cult.
Okay.
You know, Michael Myers isn't just crazy,
Yeah.
strong serial killer.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, by the 4th movie?
Well, the end of the 4th, I think I think it's the 5th movie where you start to see the tattoo of Thorn.
Yeah. Oh,
And then by the 6th
same
film,
area.
And then by the 6th
It's
film,
the same area, the fucking Cloverleaf. Was somebody a fan of the bad Halloween sequels? But evil cult organization comes in and we were behind Michael Myers this whole time.
Yeah.
And fucked it up. That's why they had to redo it last year. Or sequel, the real sequel.
Well, they've redone Halloween quite a few times actually since 6.
That's what that was the vibe I was getting.
No,
You
that was
can't-
yeah.
When the deaths don't mean anything, you fucked up. And you can't bring an outside organization of characters we don't even know who are these people.
Well, that's the thing.
And
that's
then
the thing.
they're okay.
In this movie's dumb logic, it tried. Yeah, you could argue that everything was explained, and that's perfectly fine. But again, when you've got Unbreakable and Split existing in a world where, yeah, you could conceivably see this happening right now, and and then this movie just kind of like chucks all that, and it just, I got nothing. I'm done. You stop. Wake up. Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
We're done.
My name is Mr. Glass.
That name again is Mr.
My name is Mr. Glass.
Oh! Double poke!
What did he say?
He just made a Simpsons joke.
I
Oh! From like early
was
seasons.
glassing out.
Oh! Damn.
Was it just me, or did this movie didn't look polished? Like Split looked kind of polished. Like this one seemed rough looking.
I think Split was very dark. This movie was also very dark. A lot of shadows
maybe
going
that's
on.
what's going on.
But I think it was the photography was pretty.
Some of it, yeah, I guess.
Most
so.
of it was pretty, I think. But just not enough happening.
And I wasn't even expecting an action, nonstop thrill ride movie.
Well, I think the original concept, maybe below everything, was we all want to be more than who we are. And Glass was someone who saw that and wanted to make it happen with certain people and was trying to spread that around to the rest of the world. But the execution of how that storyline, that concept plays in, didn't really fit together at all.
Did anybody else find it weird? What was that? A train station or airport sequence? What was that? The train station at the end when you have chick from Split,
Son from
Mr. Glass's mom,
Yeah.
and Bruce Willis's son sitting there holding hands while the video that Mr. Glass sent of them doing superhero deeds was being broadcasted on all the cell phones, and at first people seemed interested, but when the camera panned away, everybody was just like,
walking around looking at their phones and
oh, okay.
yeah.
See his new movie coming out?
Well,
That's some good special effects.
That's real life.
Yeah.
That's real life commentary, son.
Yeah.
You don't know. M. Night's working on a whole other fucking plane.
Everybody looked fucking
Right.
bored.
And
Everyone should have been freaking out.
and that
Like,
reminds me.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, look, but they're just like,
That reminds me of another critique of the movie.
but wait. Anybody find it weird they're all holding fucking hands?
Yeah.
What? They all
The
lost.
fucking serial killer's mom
They all lost somebody.
holding hands?
They all lost somebody. Okay.
So my other critique of the movie is some of the special effects, especially with McAvoy pushing things, look bad.
The camera shot angle, like the faraway shot when he's like, "Rrr." Yeah.
No, when he's like forcing a van over, it looked terrible. It looked really bad. Throwing a table around, it looked really bad.
Yeah, when he caught it, when Bruce
Yeah.
Willis caught it,
It
yeah.
looked really bad.
All the budget went to Bruce Willis and
possible.
Samuel L. Jackson's pocket.
Samuel Jackson,
Performances were fine. Bruce Willis seemed awake,
sort of.
sort of. Okay, well, we're running out of time here, so I'm gonna end it on this note.
we're
And those of
exhausted.
you Those, our brains are exhausted now. Those of you that have seen the film, let us know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. But I want to leave you guys on this question. The question I was trying to ask in the theater, but you guys couldn't hear me. Does this third film, even though it's not bad, we did like parts of it, does this third movie taint the first two films now? Not ruin. Does it kind of taint it now?
You know why it doesn't for me?
Okay.
It's kind of like, I know this isn't anywhere near similar, but it's like RoboCop 3, where you've got, I know RoboCop 2, nobody likes that. I love RoboCop 2, just not as much as the first film. But in terms of like,
Oh, Blade Trinity.
Well, but I mean, it's like, yeah, it ended on a foul note and it kind of pittered out, but I still have a really great first film. And in this case, I have a really entertaining first film. I have a movie in the second film that I really love. And if I chose to, I could just pretend that this never happened, because none of the shit that made this film stink is in those other two films. It's this film that brings everything. It's not like he was placing hints of this thing that people are watching and blah, blah, blah. He just pulled all the shit out of his ass, literally, for this film. And it's like,
Well, I disagree. I heard that this was created from the beginning. This is some George Lucas shit.
Well,
when he first made Unbreakable, the Glass movie was already written.
That's all well and good, but the proof is in the pudding.
I call bullshit on that.
And in this case, the proof is not in the films that was the case. So, I mean, I could. It's like, it sucks that it ended like this. It does suck, but it's like.
And this is an end. I don't see a sequel to this.
There's no point at this. It'll just be a whole other story with new characters, and it's like
we're gonna have Anya Taylor-Joy looking at things for a movie.
Do you know what Logan was missing? Logan, the film, was missing.
X-Men Origins Logan.
No, what
X-Men's ending Logan.
What Logan was missing was another movie we really enjoy. But what Logan was missing was he needed to get mudhole stomped in the puddle, and then just laid there for dead
by somebody who is not a superhuman.
Yes.
By somebody that just
and another character.
Random security guard.
Yeah. That's what was missing.
Cloverleaf tattoo.
I'm tired.
Oh, and
my brain's tired.
Just on another note, stuff that was making me like try not to laugh out loud. You'd mentioned that, the security in the building was terrible, but I don't think they were part of the whole government or whatever. It's never government. It seems like it's a secret
society. It makes
society.
sense in the end now.
I don't think they were, though, because she talks to the whole staff at the end of the film like they are staff.
Right.
So they had no knowledge of this secret society. They are a legitimate mental ward. Right. So their stupidity was just them being stupid.
Yeah.
You've just got guards.
Yeah, but she was setting it up that there was cameras every angle.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you've got a security, you've got an attendant.
The security was inept.
You've got an attendant who walks into a patient's room and immediately starts taking orders from this guy when he tells her, "Oh, my syringe, I put it over there, but I dropped it over there by the light. Could you get it for me?" "Oh, okay. Oh, stand up. I want to look at you." "Oh, okay." And that blocking the strobe light almost gets him fucking killed, by the way. You've got them walking in and out of rooms without making... They'll like walk out of a patient's room. These very dangerous people, they'll just walk away from the door without even making sure that the fucking door closes, and to the point where Bruce Willis is in one room and the Beast is in the other room, and they can see each other because their doors are left open while the attendant just walks away. It's like... No, this was just any bullshit that happened was all on this ward's.
Everything you said makes perfect sense, but doesn't make for a good movie.
What do you mean makes perfect sense? Their stupidity?
Their stupidity.
Their stupidity makes sense?
Well, I mean, because I was frustrated. Like, where's the fucking security? Like, what's going on? And with you explaining...
No, but she didn't make them stupid. They were just inept at their jobs.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Watching the movie, where's the fucking security? Why aren't they doing their jobs? And you just explain why, that they're just dumbasses.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. But it doesn't make for a great, compelling watch.
It makes it worse.
Here's my thought about those two, at least.
And he already escaped once.
Yeah.
You think they would have beefed up security when Glass got out the first time? How did you get out of your room?
Here's
I
my
think they would have
thought.
beefed up security
Here's my thought
after
that
that.
might explain that. They weren't
Okay.
security. Those two guys.
No, they were just
orderlies.
Yeah, that's
Administering
Well,
the
the
medication.
security
That was all-
guy-
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I got
never
you.
mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does. It.
Well, I thought the one guy at the front door was security. That was
Well,
talking about
There
his
was
damn
one
vitamins.
who was uniformed, but the
Oh,
two
oh,
in that orderly
And then
outfits.
there was the one
They're just getting
guy
medication.
at that gate at the inside when you walk in,
Yeah.
you scan your
That
bag.
guy.
Yeah, there were
was
two
one.
of them, but still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Close your eyes, go through this red light.
Yeah. Yeah, I was willing. I had settled at the beginning because it did not take long for me for this movie to start to go downhill. And at first I was settling at like a 3.5. And the more the movie went on, I'm like, we're skirting towards a 3.
3.5 just due to McAvoy.
It literally, McAvoy gets a 5. McAvoy tried his fucking buff ass off in this movie. And
He was on swole.
He was. And so it's like he gets all the credits. He gets all the points. But unfortunately, nothing pisses me off more than wasted potential. Like you can throw all the stupid fucking movies at me, the Hellfests and the Predators and the AVP Requiems and God knows what else is fucking out there. But those movies didn't really have the potential that I felt this movie had. And like I said, nothing pisses me off more than wasted potential. And I don't want to do this, but I'm going 2.9. This movie pissed me off. There was too much to like for me to just outright give it a 2.
Yeah.
There was way too much to like.
It's not bad.
But the waste is what's really angering me, and just
3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'll go 3. That's average. 3 is average.
The most entertaining part for me was McAvoy stopping himself from the light, just his acting of "Ah!" even though he could have closed his eyes and walked right through.
yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
McAvoy was. That's why you come to watch at this point. But everything else is just.
Yeah, a 3. It's average. It's not a horrible film. I do see a lot of other people out there that will love this movie and really like it, and they satisfying finale. But I just remember, mudhole stomped into a fucking puddle.
And it wasn't even that big of a puddle.
No. It was a pothole.
Yeah.
Yeah. The end.
And the
end of the
And
franchise.
the only reason the puddle was there was because the water tank outside the hospital burst open. Otherwise, that water puddle never would have been there.
And the water tank should have been his end, but yet he was still strong enough to break out of the water tank.
It's called character evolution. He
But-
overcame the fear. Okay.
Yes, but he can't get out of the puddle
Right.
on the ground. Even though we're going to stop talking about it right now. I think we should go home and watch some UFC fights.
That name again is
And get
Mr.
a-
Glass.
You know what?
So, again, let us know in the comments below what you guys thought about it. We really want to know. Like, did we miss something? Let us know. And we'd like to thank all you guys for watching. As always, you guys fucking rock. And we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully not for a 4th film.
Hopefully for a not as frustrating film. How about that?
What the girl, your girl, all of a sudden she has powers now. We're going to do a 4th movie. We're going to do a spin-off.
Sure.
Looking at Things, the movie.
All right. We'll check you guys later. Peace out.